Hello everyone, the 316 here with another Marvel Legends review. This time I got the, I believe, Amazon exclusive 2-pack. I do forget. I'm pretty sure it's Amazon though. Of Doctor Strange and Wong and Bats. This 2-pack, or technically 3-pack I guess, retails for $49.99, $25 per figure. And as I said, it's likely an Amazon exclusive. Honestly, I forget. But glad to have this 2-pack in. Really, I wanted this for the Doctor Strange, but I actually like the Wong a little bit more, surprisingly, which I was not expecting. But let's start off with the packaging here. It's very similar to the 80 years or 85 years packaging, but it's just black. It doesn't have any of the 85 years type of logos or anything like that. Oh, bats just fell over. Mostly it's just a bunch of the artwork here. I wish that they actually did like the Cabal 3-pack text. Like they had like a little read up on the Cabal on one of the sides here. I also want to point out this Doctor Strange look is not the one we actually have in figure form here. You can see that there's an outline around the symbol. He's got some eyes on the symbol. The cloak of levitation is the same pretty much, but like the legs, these legs, it's hard to see on camera, but they're more baggy, pants, whereas here he's using the Renew Your Vows legs, which are a bit more muscular and not bulky. Let me pick up Bats here. We'll start off with him accessories-wise. So this is actually 2 separate pieces, so you can have Bats like that, and then you could have this extra, stand here if you want to put on Dormammu's head. Dormammu's head looks pretty good. This is a reuse of the Zemnu Wave Build-A-Figure version. I don't have that version. I don't plan on getting it, but it does have this kind of antler-looking thing, face mask, I guess, that is removable. It just pegs into the bottom of the head there. Pretty cool. And if you wanted to, you could put it on that stand if you don't want to use Bats on that stand. So I do kind of like that, yeah, right. But yeah, for Bats, it just plugs in on the bottom of his stomach there. Don't know anything about Bats here, but I might actually put this with my DC Multiverse Green Lantern stuff. I just think that that'd be funny. So yeah, that's a nice 2 accessories. This is for Doctor Strange, and I will show what that looks like on that figure. The rest of the accessories surprised me, honestly. So we do have some effect piece hands for both of the figures here. Doctor Strange comes in purple, and the inner portions are a lighter purple, but with the black line on them, they turn orange, and I just think that looks really cool. You can kind of see changing color when I shine the black light over it. But it's definitely just a lighter purple color. And those ones are painted yellow for Doctor Strange. And one thing I'd like to point out on, I think it's this hand, I thought they were the exact same piece on each side, but apparently, okay, so these ones are the same. They both say L2 on the hand, but the big ones, yeah, there you go. The big one, that one says R2, and that one says R1. They're the exact same mold, though. It's kind of weird. They're just like oriented differently. They're definitely like the same type of pattern, but it is a different mold. I was quite surprised by that. You can kind of see it, but it's, again, very hard to tell. Very strange. I don't know why they made that decision. Whatever. But you get those effect piece hands. Wong's come in yellow. Although, you could intermix and match. Really nice, though. The black light doesn't do anything to this one, really. Just makes it the same color. And that's all of Doctor Strange's accessories. But Wong here, he gets 8 sets of hands. Yeah, he gets 8 sets of hands. He only gets 2. What the heck? But that's okay, because we get quite a good amount of hands. So they're each sets. Obviously, you saw the effect piece hands. These ones on the figure are kind of open claw-like hands. These ones are like holding hands for accessories. Maybe you want to stick that in his hand. I don't know. You could do that, though, if you really wanted to. And that comes with on each side. And then he comes with these hands. Not entirely sure what these are for. I'm thinking like meditation. Like he's crisscross applesauce. And he's got his arms up. Similar to what Doctor Strange does. But anyway, that's all of the accessories. Unfortunately, the cloak levitation is not able to be taken off of Doctor Strange, which does suck. But back to Wong, though. This is the figure that, I didn't really want, but I like it a little bit more than the Doctor Strange. So first of all, fully pinless, arms and legs, double jointed on the arms and legs as well. There's not too much paint here, but what is here is appreciated. So you get the gold, I guess, lapels. I'm not sure what they're called, but the gold bits on the torso there, they're painted pretty well. There's a little bit of slop, but it's not too bad. The only other bit of paint here is on the shoe here. I'm pretty sure that this is a black piece painted green, because this green definitely looks darker than the rest of that portion. And then it's got a pretty good yellow on there on the shoe. Not too bad. This one's a little sloppy, but you can hardly see it. What I really like about this figure, though, and what took it over the edge for me to being like a great figure, is actually the wrists here. You can actually see his wrist. Instead of this being just a cuff piece that the hand goes in, they decided to actually make that a dual molded piece and put the wrist in there. So if they ever reuse this body mold, that's a really nice little detail that they didn't need to add. But that just shows that they took the extra care and attention to make this figure even better. And the head sculpt here, I really like this head sculpt. It's just a nice solid head sculpt, nice and bald, but it's painted very well, and I think that's what's important to point out. There's not a imperfection on this paint at all. It's very well done. And honestly, I could see some people using this head as a Charles Xavier head. Like it could work. Just repaint the eyebrows to like a blondish or even a brown color, like gray even. Like this could work for Professor X, I feel. Yeah, it's good though. Articulation wise, you can see he has the diaphragm dumbbell joint here. He doesn't have anything in the hips besides where the legs articulate. He does not have drop down hinges either. He does have just a standard ball joint in there. He can kick out actually almost all the way. Pretty good. And then backwards, you're not getting anything backwards more than that. Let's see, can he kick his own ass? He gets close to kicking his own ass, but he cannot kick his own ass. He got the bend, the swivel here. You don't get a swivel at the actual like shoe or sock part. It's again surprising that they didn't add that. They could have easily done that. Beats me, because this is a separate piece. This green is a different mold to this darker green. So again, not sure why they did that. I believe he cannot touch his own shoulder just because of the cuff piece. He could touch his own shoulder easily. Easily touch his own shoulder. And he does have butterfly joints that go not very far back and not very far forward. It's definitely more than the Spider-Man No Way Home figures got. Also, his arms can go above vertical, but be careful. As you can see on this side, the forearm swivel, mine's a little bent. It's hard to see on camera, but it's definitely bent a little too much. I put too much stress on it. So, if you want to get it in this pose, you can. Just be very careful with the forearms. They're a little gummy, and you might have issue with it. Like, yeah, this side twists all right, but the other side's just a little, I'm a little worried it's going to break, But yeah, that's Wong. Great figure. I actually really like that. Now, the figure I actually bought this set for was the Doctor Strange, and I am a little disappointed in it. But when I saw, I think it was the second image on Google search for comic book Doctor Strange looks, I understand why they went with this. Maybe not the facial complexion, but everything else. So the legs. The legs are just the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man legs. And I'm like, why would they do that? You have all this baggy, bulky clothing, and then you give him tights. But that picture I saw, it was pretty much a spitting image of this figure, just the drawing instead. I don't know how much of this figure is reuse. I'm assuming it's a decent amount, at least the arms, I would think, but the legs are reused for sure. The head sculpt, I'm pretty sure, is brand new. Not sure about everything else. Now, we've seen the Renew Your Vows, or articulation here, and I feel like he's got drop-down hinges, but it doesn't look like it. Yeah, no, he does not have drop-down hinges, which I didn't expect. I think they went with these legs so that you could easily put him into the like the crisscross applesauce type of pose. If you want to have him doing a bit of magic, you know, you could do that pretty easy. Just gotta get him into that pose of verite. I don't know why I started talking like that. I do apologize. You can get his legs up, you know, in a pose similar to that. I don't want to stress the skirt too much, but you know, there's enough posing in the legs that you could do a pose like that. Articulation. Ugh. All right, now that I got the figure back to a baseline, it is a good-looking Doctor Strange. It's a modern Doctor Strange. It fits in with my other Avengers, and I am glad that I have him. I mean, you know, he looks good. I like that he's got texturing on the edges of the cape here that are in yellow. That looks nice. He also has that like leopard print design on his gloves, but only where it's coming out of the cloth type of piece there. I like that. It's just subtle, but it's you know, it harkens back to the classic look of Doctor Strange. The torso here, it's painted pretty well. Got no complaints there. Really loving that Aya Agamotto though. That's really well done. I want to see more of this. Although you can kind of see on the side there's a little bit of the red from the cape plastic sticking out. One thing I am disappointed in, as I said earlier, this cape is not removable. This is glued in to the torso, and that just sucks. Like, I really wish they like cut around the eye, and then you could just take off the cloak if you wanted to. But no, it's stuck in the torso, just at the front there, so it's got a lot of wiggle, just because it's only attached in one place. So, you know, again, it does suck, but, you know, you could probably customize it so that you could remove the cape, or cloak, I guess. But, yeah, like I said, it does suck. Wish that was a separate piece. The head sculpt here, while I do like this head sculpt, on camera you can see the purple eyes a bit easier. I kind of wish there was a non-possessed Doctor Strange look in this box set. And also his skin complexion is very like zombie-like. Like putting it next to Wong, you kind of see this is like very grayish purple. Whereas this, you know, this is skin tone, a little yellow, but skin tone nonetheless. This, you know, this looks like he's been in a freezer for a while. And he's got some purple eyes. I mean, it looks good, don't get me wrong, but it's just like, I kind of want it just like a normal looking Doctor Strange. Speaking of head sculpts, I'll go ahead and show you what the Dormammu one looks like. Head comes off pretty easy. But, you know, there's a hole in there. It's pretty deep, so you might have to just keep pushing. Ugh. And here's the Dormammu head on this Doctor Strange. And this is a really nice look. This isn't how I'm going to be displaying him. I just wanted a Doctor Strange for my collection. But, again, this is a really nice looking head sculpt for this figure. It looks good. And if you want to see what it looks like without that little cage on it, there you go. Kind of giving me Ghost Rider vibes. Again, I think this head really makes the rest of the figure look better. But I like the other head just for like a, you know, Avengers display. Stick that head back on. You can kind of see the neck peg in there. I don't believe there's, there's only a joint in the top there, the swivel hinge. There's no like dumbbell joint at the base of the neck. Articulation wise, you've seen what the legs can do in other reviews of mine, but the arms here, they can go up a decent amount on that side, not so much on this side without unpositioning the cape. He does not have a forearm swivel. He does not have double jointed limbs, but he has a single hinge rotate at the elbow. And then, of course, the hands, you know what to expect there. Ab crunch, or diaphragm crunch, I guess. And he's got a swivel there. Good way to hide that swivel. It's hardly noticeable when you have it like that. And backwards-wise, not much. Not a lot of articulation in this hinge joint. It's nice, but it's not a lot. Oop. He can look up pretty far, but getting this joint in the right position to do so is a little challenging. Oh, and I don't think I showed Wong's either. He can look up a good amount too. Alright, so, yeah, that's both of the figures. We'll go ahead and do our size comparisons next. So, Wong here, he stands at just under 6 inches tall, and Doctor Strange at the tip of his cloak is about 6 3/4 inches tall. Here's Doctor Strange, Wong, and Bats with the rest of my Marvel Legends Avengers team. I didn't want to bring him down from the shelf, so I just thought I'd show him off with the rest of my collection here so you can see the height differences between them. Yeah, they're going to look great on my shelf. I'll probably put Strange up on a flight stand like Captain Marvel or Warbird up there. But yeah, there you go. There's a size comparison between all of these Marvel Legends figures. And here's the 2-pack next to all of our regulars, or usual suspects as I like to call them. In the back there we got the Build-A-Figure Atrocitus from DC Multiverse, as well as the Gold Label Arkham City Batman. We have the Jazzwares Halo Spartan Yoroi from the Spartan Collection. We got our wrestlers on the right, AEW Unrivaled Samoa Joe. On the left, Mattel WWE Elite 100 John Cena. We have the 6-inch figures now, starting with Star Wars Black Series Retro Card Boba Fett, the Scarlet Spidey, Marvel Legends of course, G.I. Joe Classified Tiger Force Outback, and the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Dino Thunder Black Rangers. So, I like this 2-pack. I'm a little disappointed in the Doctor Strange, and that's the figure that I wanted from this 2-pack. But Wong is clearly the winner of this 2-pack here. The amount of accessories that he gets is just fantastic. You don't see that very often in 2-packs like this, getting 4 sets of hands, 8 hands total. I think I said eight sets of hands in the earlier part of the video. I'm glad that these effect piece hands as well. They're swappable, so if you want Doctor Strange with the yellow instead of the purple, you could do that as well. The Dormammu head, love that. If you have the prior Dormammu figure and prefer a more orangey looking face sculpt, you could do that instead of the one that came with that figure. I think this is just a really good 2-pack in general. There's nothing like overly bad about it. I just wish that this Doctor Strange had just a generic looking head, but I could probably get one of those from a different figure. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below if you got this 2-pack. If you want me to do more Marvel Legends 2-packs, again, just let me know in the comments. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe, and hit the bell. It all helps out the channel. And as always,